I will tell one of my classic stories that I always like to tell.
I swear to God, if you start talking about dick.
Oh, that's light work compared to whatever the fuck he's about to start talking about.
Okay, I'm gonna let him talk. Moon, you got it. Talk to them.
Okay, well, this is a story about Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Chat, I would like to talk to you about how far would you go for the things you love?
Far.
You know?
Far.
Far?
Far. What are we doing? Blue eyes?
Now.
What do you want me to do? Right
I
out?
would like to tell you a story
out?
About little old Moon. When he was in middle school, at the time, there was a card game by the name of Yu-Gi-Oh. Now, in case you don't know what Yu-Gi-Oh is, it is a card trading card game where you assemble a deck of very potent and oftentimes expensive cards. Now, there was a kid that used to walk around my school, and he had this cookie jar tin, and usually it's the typical kind of jar tin that our grandmas would have, but they never would be cookies inside. There'd always be sewing supplies, or it's just always just filled with random stuff. But for this guy, he had a tin filled of Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Right.
Now, at the time, there were these new hot cards on the street, and boy, were they steamy. They were quite tantalizing. There were, yes, the Egyptian god cards, Obelisk, Ra, and they went for quite the pretty penny. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people got scammed because a lot of the cards people saw were indeed fake. This guy, however, had legitimate ones, all right? Now, there is this one kid that he was very heavy into Yu-Gi-Oh. He actually went to tournaments. He was into the dungeon dice. He actually had the dual disc. He was really into Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, he got the dice. Now, I was looking at the tin. I was like, oh, what kind of cards you got? I was looking through, and then I realized I kind of want to play video games rather than play card games. So I'm going to save my money for a PS3 at the time. There was this kid, and he was like, bro, how much for the Obelisk? How much for the Obelisk? He said a price, and I was like, bruh, even if I owned a Fortune 100 company, I could not afford that card, what he said. So I left, boom, boom, boom. Couple days later, you know, kids are gonna do what they typically do. That's right, kids like to bully. So sometimes we like to, before class starts, we're sitting in the back of the class and we're roasting one another. It's like, yo, look at Connor's jeans. He didn't even tie his shoes right. And then this one kid in the background was just like, bro, did you smell Kyle? Kyle smells disgusting. And then here comes the kid that usually sells the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And he somehow says, yo, I saw Kyle the other day, and I deadass swore that he came out the bathroom with shit skid all down his ass. And then the kid, I don't know what possessed him to do this. The kid that sold the Yu-Gi-Oh cards was like, shut up, that's why you sucked my dick. Now, obviously, when people say suck my dick, it's a typical phrase that people would say just to, you know, get a rise out of someone. When someone says suck their dick, it's like, okay, you know, he doesn't fuck with him like that. But then the comment that followed up after that really concerned me, because when he said suck my dick, the kid got up and slammed the table and said, you said you wouldn't tell anyone. And after that, we all looked at him and he stormed out the classroom. And then we put 2 and 2 together, and then we realized he sucked this dick for the Obelisk card.
Now hold on, you gotta hear me out. You gotta hear me out.
Hi guys, what am I here for?
As a representative of Yu-Gi-Oh, it's
how much dick have you sucked, Ron?
You were referring to a GBI Obelisk, which is worth like $5,000 today. That was a good trade.
Honestly, all right.
He got a good trade.
Today for a GBI Obelisk.
I would have probably gave him throat if I knew that.